Man, got around. OT Silverback here. And today, just like each and every day, that we're all fortunate enough to be above ground and to be alive and happy and healthy and hopefully, man, able to walk around and be free and to just live your life as you see fit. I'm going to share with you guys some stories of victory and glory. The victory that you found my channel, because over here, guys, this is for the big dogs, man. I'm going to serve it real and raw and give you what's called tough love. And the glory of understanding, once you're open to receiving tough love, which means educating you, illuminating you, and eradicating your false beliefs, you'll then be ready to step inside of yourself and be in touch with beast mode law, comes from your inner animal. And once you're in touch with beast mode law, you'll be willing to stand and fight and even die, guys, willing to give your very last breath to defend what you believe in. Because in this life, dude, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you. That's just how it is. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to get into the topic of today's video, which is to survive maximum security prison with virgin butt cheeks. Location is the most important factor into keeping your masculinity intact. Hey guys, I know for sure this is going to be a short video because I'm going to get straight down and to the point. And here's the most important point. When you go to maximum security prison, the location that's most important is you want to be close to the guard tower or the guard office or the guard room. These are the correctional officers. They call them prison guards, but it's the same word. It's just interchangeable. And why this is important, dude, the bad things that happen in maximum security prison are always in what called the blind spots or the dark spots, dude, or the dark areas. The areas furthest away from the guard tower, the guard booth, or the guard office. Why is this? Because the lifers know, dude, that over time they've been doing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. The lifers don't just study you guys, dude. They also study the guards and the correctional officers, dude. They study the warden. They study the free staff, whether it's the nurses or the medical people or the doctors or the social workers. They study everybody because then there's nothing better to do than become a student of human behavior. And they study the routines and the processes and procedures. So they're well in tune with what goes on. And all the lifers know, especially the booty warriors and the booty bandits and the sodomites know this, dude. If you have your cell far away from the guard tower, the guard booth, even when you know count time is coming, dude, it takes about a good, I don't want to exaggerate, it takes about a good hour for them to count all the cells and all the inmates and to make their rounds, whether you're in a 360 unit or a 180 unit. Whatever the housing is in the maximum security prison, they have to go to each cell and they count each inmate. And there's two guards, dude, because they double check the count to make sure nobody's escaped and to make sure the numbers are true and correct. So they always start closest to where the guard tower is and they start counting, dude, and they go up and down the tier. So what they do, they start on the first tier, they go all the way around, then they go up to the second tier and go all the way around in reverse order. So the lifers and the booty bandits and the booty warriors know they got about an hour in between counts, dude, in between when they did the lower tier and the upper tier for them to do their skullduggery. And also, dude, like the further away you are from the guard tower or the guard booth or the guard office, the cries of your cellie are muffled. So even though the dude might be calling, "Man down, officer, man down," this is what the guards in the booth might hear. And another thing the lifers or the booty warriors or booty bandits know, just from studying the protocol and the processes and the procedures of the guards, dude, and administration, some guards don't give a shisa, bro. Once they do their count, dude, they're going to sleep. A lot of guards, like, they're working, this is their second job, or maybe they're working a second shift, it's overtime, or double time. They get a lot of forced overtime. They're tired. Maybe they was on the day shift, dude, and then another officer calls in sick. Or there was a race ride or something. Now they got to serve the food. They got to pull mandatory double time or overtime. They're not trying to walk around outside of doing their mandatory count, dude. They're not caring. So if your cell is further away from the guards, dude, you have a proclivity for bad shiza to happen to you, man. It's just the nature of it. And even if you're talking about, I want to share with you guys that even though my story's about maximum security prison, a lot of the gems that I'm giving you guys, the rules and the regulations can apply to the street as well. And this is what they tell you if you're getting into real estate or anything like this, if you're planning to move somewhere. It's the 3 words: location, location, location. If you want to make sure your kids or your familia or your gentes, your people are safe and sound, you don't want to move into the hood or the barrio, dude, or a trailer park. If for some unforeseen reason you happen to end up there, that's not where the place where you want to last be, man. You end up there, you correct your situation, you stack your chips, you move up out of there, because the longer you're in the hood or the barrio or the ghetto or the trailer park, the higher propensity you're not going to live to see 21, dude. It's just the murder rate is too high. There's too much skullduggery going on. And the same thing in maximum security prison. So let me end this video on this note here, dude. To survive maximum security prison with virgin butt cheeks, location is the most important factor to keep your masculinity intact. So the first thing you want to do when you come out of, I think it's called classification, when you first hit maximum security prison, everybody goes to classification. They want to look at your tattoos. They want to look at your rap sheet. They're going to look at your gang affiliation, because what they try to do is the guys who have gang affiliation, they put you in a cell with your gang member homies so you guys can experience love from the homies and put each other's shit in, dude. That's what they want you to do. So they want to try to keep down the homosexual grapes to a minimum, because you guys are going to consensually love each other, because you got homie love. So what they want to do is they want to put the gang member with the gang members, the others with the others, the non-affiliated with the non-affiliated, and things like that. The Serenos with the Serenos, the Norteños with the Norteños, the Crips with the Crips, the Bloods with the Bloods, the ABs like that. They want to try to keep the peace. So the first thing you want to do, and I'm going to give you a tidbit in this video, is you want to, if you're further away from the guard tower or the guard office or the guard booth, the first thing you want to do is put in for a cell change, dude. That's the first thing you want to do. Now, I just want to be honest with you, dude. The probability that happening is very slim. Why? Because the lifers control who gets the cell changes, but you want to go ahead and put in, I don't know if it's called a 115. I forget what the paperwork, or it's a 615. I forget what the paperwork is. You write a request to the administration. You say, hey, I want a cell change, and this is what you want to tell them. I want a cell change because I want to be closer to the officer booth or the officer office or the cell tower, because, dude, you have a fear of darkness, dude, and maybe you're gonna have to get on psych meds. You're gonna have to become a J-Cat like me, but whatever you got to do, baby, to get through your time, dude, not get your butt cheeks violated, man. Take it from an OG that's been there, dude. You want to move closer to the light, because, man, when darkness falls, bad shit happens, dude. What happens in the dark shall be brought to the light. So why not be in the light and stay away from the darkness? So let's just say you ask for a cell change and then they refuse it, dude. Then, dude, you're going to have to go straight beast mode savage warrior. And you're going to have to get into a fight with your cellie, even if the dude's cool. Because let me tell you what happens, dude. Even if you got a cool cellie, you're far away from the guard tower. A lot of lifers that don't have the same pool, because there's different types of lifers. There's some lifers that are serial killers and cannibals and savage murderers, dude. And then there's some lifers that just happen to have a crime of passion, like he came home early from work. He bludgeoned his wife to death, meaning like he took a hammer, he caught her cheating on it, he caught his wife cheating on him. He bludgeoned the dude to death, like in this movie called Unfaithful. If you haven't watched it with Richard Gere, watch the movie. It's a life changer. It's called Unfaithful. A dude catches his wife cheating on him. And so he bludgeons the dude to death, dude. And then being that your wife's pissed off, you killed her lover, she becomes a star witness. You get life in prison, dude, because now she's afraid for her life. And so that's a different type of lifer. He's not a serial killer. He doesn't have a vengeance for killing people. He doesn't have a lust for blood. But he loved some lady. He loved the wrong lady, caught her cheating, and he killed her lover. Now he's in prison for life. This guy has a remorseful type of an attitude, but doesn't stop him from becoming a booty warrior, dude, or a booty bandit. So even though if your cellie's cool, bro, and you're in the cell with this dude and you want to be closer to where the guards section is, and they refuse your cell change, you just want to get into it with your cellie. And I'm not telling you to stab him up because that's kind of like overboard extreme. Well, what I am telling you, dude, get into a fight with your cellie and time it where it's around count time, so then you only got to fight for like a minute or two. Like, hey, man, did you take my suits, man? Or I've asked you several times to quit pissing on the shitter, dude, and to wipe it off. Hey, man, what you talking about? And then this is how I used to get into fights. And no disrespect to anybody. I'm just sharing with you how you can incite violence in another inmate. You tell an inmate like this, fuck your mama and your grandmama. Hey, man, my grandmama's dead. Then fuck her dead grandmama in her grave. Then dude's gonna want to fight. So you start fighting, and then the guard will be like, pop cell 7264. And then they coming in there and beating you with the billy clubs, man. And then when you go to the shoe, be like, hey, man, I told you I wanted the cell change, man. You didn't give me the cell change, man. Fuck that shit. So then just to keep the peace, the officers are going to look that you're afraid of the dark, and then you react in violence when you're in dark places. They're going to put you closer to the cell, to the guard tower or the light, just to keep the peace, man. So if you like this type of realness in the content, go ahead and thumbs up the video, leave a comment for the algorithm. And most importantly, man, subscribe to the channel and share the video and hit the notification all button so we can go ahead, man, and get this message out to others. And so until next time, OG Silverback out.